Okay, same day, different clothes, back here. Um, Thought that the video was over. This is not a review, but I do have some first impressions. So, one of the things that I like about it, I really find myself thinking that I have an R6, as I said earlier, I have an R6 Mark II and I have an R8. I see this having the potential to be one of my favorite cameras because of its capabilities. Like the menu settings are different. So this is one of the pros. So it just automatically allows you to know what you're doing. Whether you're an 8-bit, 10-bit, you don't have to fool around knowing the different types of Canon jargon to get what it is that you desire. It's right there. So you have that in the menu system. One of the things that I also liked when you have clean HDMI out, one of the problems that I come across a lot live streaming is that when you want to go into the menu, then you have to turn around and unplug whatever your HDMI output is in order to see what you're doing on the menu. So it gives you the option to do it. You know what? I'm telling y'all this stuff. Let me show it to you. Turn the camera on. And I could do it another way, but we're going to do it this way. So turn the menu on. So you see, if you can there. Okay, so you see there, that is the option that allows you to control whether you're an 8-bit or 10-bit. And it's it's one 8-bit and then you have 3 10-bits. So that's cool. The second thing that I was telling you about, so in the menu, when you're doing your clean HDMI out, go to HDMI display, it gives you the option of where you want your menu settings to pop up. If you want them to pop up on the screen or if you want them to pop up on the actual camera. And that right there to me is gold, because it's so annoying when you're in the middle of a live stream and you have to switch to another camera or whatever the case is, not necessarily another camera. You don't want to be pushing buttons on the camera that you're live with anyway, but still, I just want to see my menu right here on the camera. I don't want to see it on my monitor. I don't want to have to preview it on whatever switch I'm using in order to see that. So I love that feature. And so this is a win. Whatever this, I know that when it comes to the Sin series of cameras, I've never had one of the Sin series, but I know that they have different menus. So this V series also has a different menu setting, and a part of that makes me sad because I would love for these same features to come to my R8 and my R6 Mark II, and I just don't think that's going to happen. It might be on the R6 Mark III and the R8 Mark II. We'll see. But I like that. I really do like that. But my overall first impressions, I brought this thing to church with me, and I just wanted to see just a quick live setting. And this is another con. So one, I always said earlier that it feels cheap, but I mean, you get what you pay for. But the fact that they put all of this stuff in this cheap body, I am absolutely in love with. But so I know one of the main reasons why I wanted multiple of these is because of the LSM app, Livestream Mobile. So I found out something today. First of all, in order to do that, you have to connect it to the Wi-Fi at a place. So wherever you are. So I try to do that. We have Wi-Fi at my church, but for whatever reason, it was not showing up. And since I set it up, I know that it is public. You can see it. So the fact that I was not seeing my Wi-Fi, I was saying that's weird, but we'll see. When I came home, I was able to see my network at home. So we will see exactly what that is. But right now that's a con on my list. What's something else? One of the big things that I do not like, I was sold on the LSM. This is the reason in which I bought 2 of these, because you can use up to 3 on LSM. So I thought, oh, that's great. That's cool. We're going to use that. That's going to be great. But one of the problems with it, and you know, this is what everybody does now. They want to do a subscription based something, but I pay right now $4.99 a month for whatever the Canon live stream is. I was actually just looking on my computer trying to figure out exactly what it is, but I pay $4.99 a month for that. Cool, that is what it is. I would have loved if that was incorporated, and that's what I thought, that the LSM would have been under that same thing, and that I would have been able to use that, but that is not the case. I would have loved for that $4.99 to be incorporated in the LSM, which is not. Everybody wants to nickel and dime us. So great. Cool. I will pay if it's worth it. That's a cool feature to have. But between like StreamYard or EVMux is what I'm trying out Riverside right now, because it marries the two worlds of live streaming and podcasting, which I do. So I'm trying Riverside for right now. But you know, these things cost. Riverside with live stream is $39. StreamYard is about $40. EVMux is $25. So all of these people trying to get in your pocket as creators, I don't like that, because most creators are broke. So I'm at the point where I make a little money but not a lot of money, and you know, cutting into that cost, I don't like that. So it's just a number for me, how much it costs. $17.99 a month is steep. That's a lot. And I do understand that it is a heavy convenience, but also this is something that you can only use on a phone. Though it is a convenience, it's something that I can't utilize anywhere else. So that's basically $20 a month in this economy. That's steep. That's hefty. So it kind of made me want to cancel my other one, but you know, we'll see. You get a month free trial. So what I will say is that, hey man, if we band together and don't use it, it's either gonna make them kill it or make it cheaper. So whatever y'all want to do, I'm down for the cause. But I am going to check it out. And that's the other thing that I didn't like. It said made with Canon live stream mobile app. I don't want that on there. And I feel like that's what they're charging you that $17.99 for also. So I don't want that on there. If you want that off there, then you got to pay that $17.99. And I don't particularly like that. But everything else about this camera, I am absolutely in love with. The menu, one of the other things, me having full frame camera, sometimes I do something that's cheating that I don't necessarily like, but it's just something that you need to do at the particular time. And I'm not one of those people that say, oh, full frame this, full frame that, crop sensor this, I hate crop sensor. I believe that both of them are a tool that you would love to have in your tool bag and be able to use it in the time of need. So I started off with crop sensor like most people, because crop sensors are cheap, but then I upgraded to full frame, and there are aspects that I love about full frame. If you're doing real estate photography or videography, you absolutely need full frame, but there's sometimes where you're doing sports and you need a crop sensor. So with that being the case, I absolutely love this, because when I'm live streaming, there are times where I will put my full frame camera into crop sensor modes so that I can get a little bit more reach. But as you all know, when you do that, then you lose megapixels. And I love the fact that I'm already cropped in here, and I get my full 24 megapixels sensor. So now that I have two of these, it makes it where it's easier to position it when I'm in church, because when I'm in church, I generally have one camera in my sound room, and then I have another one on the floor, but both of those are full frame that I have to punch in. So this, now I get the full 24 megapixel sensor in my sound room, and then I also get the full 24 megapixel sensor where I keep the other camera at. And then now I can possibly put a camera to the side and have use it at its full frame capacity and get my full 24 megapixels there. So I absolutely love that this gives me reach. I also like the fact that I can put a 50, these cheap nifty 50s, because I'm getting to the point where I recently downsized on my lenses. I only have 4 lenses, and they work for me full frame. I got my 70 to 200. I have a 28 to 70. Then I have a 16 and a 50. So I'm looking at it like, now that I've incorporated 2 more bodies, I have to cheaply find a way to get another lens or 2. And one thing that I love about this is that this 50 on here looks like an 85 on my full frame. So if I want reach, I can get reach by going out and buying the cheapest RF piece of glass that you can find. So the nifty 50. So I am absolutely in love. I know that I probably had a couple of more cons because those are major cons to me, but I love this. Like I said earlier, I feel like this is a camera that was absolutely made for me. So yeah, those are my thoughts right now. I'm going to come back and I'm going to give you a full review, but these are just my first impressions. Loving it so far. I am ready to get that second body so I can do the LSM mobile app. I did play around with it. I went live. I did think that was cool. We'll see. I think you can record and you can live stream on it. So I do like that. So I'm thinking that I'm probably about to go like full light mode. Like have a full light setup. It'll probably be some more work for me in post, but if I can go somewhere, like even if I'm shooting a podcast, I can go somewhere and I can stick a Rode Wireless Pro or Rode Wireless Go on each camera body. So receiver here, receiver there, and get 4 microphones from that. And I can do a podcast that way. I'm loving that. So that's just where we're at right now. I am going to put this to test like I put most of my stuff to test, and I'm going to use it in real world. Hopefully I'll come back and I will share with you my findings. But if I don't, just know that I'm putting it to good use. And I want to know how you plan on using your R50 or whatever gear it is that you just purchased and that you're excited about like I am in the comments. And also, if you got knowledge about it that I don't have, because you're doing your own research, and I would like to know what your findings are. So talk to me down in the comments and I will holler at y'all later.